Your body won't freeze at minus 50 degrees Celsius if you know this. Mountain men treated sweat as deadlier than wind, stripping layers mid-blizzard to stay dry. Wool insulating even soaked, unlike cotton that kills. This profound discipline turned humans into walking thermostats. Sacred knowledge few masters hold today. Discover the breathtaking wisdom history quietly buried before it fades eternally. Most people think extreme cold kills instantly. It doesn't. It waits. It punishes small mistakes hours later when your body can no longer recover. The people who survived the coldest places on Earth didn't rely on toughness or gear. They relied on discipline. They treated heat like currency and moisture like poison. Once you understand their system, the idea of freezing changes completely. Before we go further, answer this honestly in the comments. In extreme cold, what do you think is more dangerous, sweat or wind, and why? This video explains the rules they lived by and why breaking even one meant death. The mountain man did not think in scientific terms, but he understood the enemies perfectly. He did not need formulas to know how cold kills. Experience taught him faster than theory ever could. Cold did not arrive all at once. It worked patiently, stealing warmth in small, relentless ways. Miss one mistake, and the body would pay for it hours later, often when it was too late to correct. Survival depended on recognizing every path heat could escape and closing each one deliberately, every single day. The first enemy was always the ground. Frozen earth is not passive. It actively pulls heat from anything touching it. Sit directly on frozen soil, rock, or snow, and warmth drains faster than air ever could manage. Many men learned this lesson only once. That is why the first thing a mountain man built was not a shelter, not a fire, not even a windbreak. It was insulation beneath him. Thick layers of pine boughs, dry grass, leaves, bark, or even spare hides were laid down before anything else. These materials trapped air, and trapped air was life. Air does not conduct heat well. That simple fact meant the difference between a body that rested and a body that slowly shut down overnight. Even during short stops, he never sat directly on the ground. He squatted, leaned against trees, or stood. Contact was the enemy. The second enemy was wind, and wind was ruthless. Wind does not just make cold feel colder. It strips away the thin layer of warm air your body constantly produces around itself. In still air, the body can maintain a small protective bubble. Wind destroys that bubble instantly. At extreme temperatures, wind can turn survivable cold into frostbite in minutes. To fight this, the mountain man relied on dense outer layers: wool, brain-tanned leather, fur. These materials were not chosen for softness or appearance. They blocked moving air. They slowed it. They broke it apart. He also chose campsites with care. He tucked himself behind rock outcroppings, downwind slopes, fallen timber, or thick tree stands. A place with calm air could be 10 or 20 degrees warmer than an exposed ridge only yards away. Calm air was safety. Moving air was danger. The third threat was invisible and constant: radiation. Heat leaves the body naturally, radiating into the surrounding environment, especially into a clear night sky. This loss is silent and relentless. The head, neck, and hands lose warmth faster than any other parts of the body because of blood flow and surface area. That is why the mountain man never uncovered his head. Not while working, not while resting, not even while sleeping. A hat was not an accessory. It was a seal on a furnace. Scarves, hoods, mittens, and collars were adjusted constantly. If the neck was exposed, heat fled. If the wrists were bare, fingers went numb. Every opening was managed deliberately. The fourth killer was the most dangerous of all: moisture. Sweat in winter is lethal. Water pulls heat from the body many times faster than air. If sweat freezes, it becomes a weapon against you, locking cold directly against the skin. Many men did not die from cold itself. They died from sweating at the wrong time. This is why mountain men layered constantly. They removed clothing while working hard, even in brutal temperatures. They tolerated short discomfort to avoid long danger. The moment they stopped moving, layers went back on. Wool was prized because it absorbed moisture without losing warmth. It still insulated when wet. Cotton did the opposite. It trapped water and held it against the skin. Once wet, cotton became a death sentence. That is why they said cotton kills. Clothing was not fashion, it was regulation. Heat in, moisture out. But clothing alone was never enough. Fire was life. Fire was not optional or comforting. It was the center of existence. They carried multiple ways to make fire because failure meant death. Flint and steel, char cloth, dry fungus, resin, rich wood. Backup methods were always present. No single point of failure was allowed. Fire dried clothes, fire warmed bodies, fire kept tools usable, fire stabilized the mind. A man without fire did not panic immediately. He worked faster, quieter, more focused. Panic wasted heat. Calm preserved it. Fire placement mattered as much as fire itself. It was shielded from wind, reflected with stone or earth, fed carefully to avoid smoke buildup. Fuel was chosen for burn quality, not size. Some woods burned hot and fast. Others burned slow and steady. A good fire lasted through the night without constant tending. Too large a fire wasted fuel and created sweat. Too small invited hypothermia. Balance mattered. Food was the final pillar, and perhaps the most misunderstood. The human body is a furnace, but it does not burn on willpower. It burns on fuel. In cold environments, fat is king. Mountain men ate enormous amounts of fat, not for comfort, for survival. Fat burns slow and hot. It stabilizes core temperature. Lean meat alone could starve a man to death in winter, a condition they called rabbit starvation. They had seen strong men weaken and die while eating plenty of meat because it lacked fat. So they sought marrow, tallow, grease, and fatty cuts whenever possible. Calories were not counted, they were demanded. Even movement followed thermal logic. They traveled at a pace that generated warmth without sweat. They rested before exhaustion. They stopped early enough to build camp before darkness stole visibility and temperature. They knew when to push and when to wait. Survival was not about strength. It was about timing. Mental discipline mattered just as much as physical preparation. Fear wastes heat. Panic accelerates mistakes. The mountain man cultivated patience because impatience killed. He worked methodically, even when hands were numb. He planned movements before making them. He conserved energy like fuel. Silence was not loneliness, it was efficiency. Tools were chosen for reliability, not convenience. Metal cracked in cold, wood shrank, leather stiffened. Every item was tested by exposure long before it was trusted. Knives were kept close to the body to prevent brittleness. Water skins were insulated. Food was stored where it would not freeze solid. Nothing was left to chance. The mountain man understood something modern systems often forget. Survival is not about defeating cold. It is about slowing loss. Every degree preserved mattered. Every mistake compounded. Cold did not kill quickly. It waited. It punished small errors hours later when correction was impossible. Shelter, fire, clothing, food, and behavior were not separate systems. They were one system. Remove any part and the whole collapsed. Add care to each, and life continued even in the harshest environments. This was not heroic survival. It was quiet competence. Men who lived this way did not boast. They endured. They learned to read frost on trees, wind direction in snowdrifts, and changes in their own bodies. Numbness was a warning. Clumsiness was danger. Fatigue was a signal to stop. The mountain did not reward bravery. It rewarded humility. Those who respected the cold lived. Those who challenged it did not last long. Every action served one purpose: preserve heat, prevent loss, fuel the fire inside and out. And that, more than strength or weapons, is what allowed men to walk through frozen wilderness and come back alive. Here's the hard truth most people never hear. Cold hasn't become deadlier. We've just forgotten how it actually works. We trust layers, gadgets, and technology we don't fully understand. Mountain men trusted knowledge, discipline, and physics. When systems failed, they didn't panic, because they were the system. That difference is why they walked out of places that should have killed them. Now tell me in the comments, which rule surprised you the most? Sweat, ground contact, wind, or food? Reading those answers shows exactly where modern thinking breaks down. And if you want more forgotten survival knowledge that explains why humans endured extremes long before modern gear, subscribe. These ideas weren't dramatic, they were effective. And once you understand them, you never look at cold the same way again. I'll see you in the next one.